Before I start this video, I want to ask you to support me by subscribing to my channel. And please like this video if you find it helpful. And of course, if you have some questions or suggestions, welcome to the comments. And we jump right in. Hi everyone! In the comments under my latest video, I was asked to break down how to work with API Platform, specifically focusing on access tokens and refresh tokens. This is a crucial and in-demand topic, so let's dive in. What API Platform is? API Platform is a powerful framework for building web APIs in PHP. While it integrates seamlessly with Symfony, it can also be used in other PHP projects. The framework simplifies API development by providing ready-to-use tools for generating REST and GraphQL interfaces, along with built-in features for resource management and serialization. Key features of API Platform. First, automatic API generation. API Platform can automatically generate endpoints based on your Doctrine entities or other objects. Simply describe the data model and the platform will create the corresponding CRUD operations. Second, support for API standards. The framework supports popular standards such as REST, JSON, HEL, GraphQL, allowing developers to choose convenient formats for working with APIs. Third, data serialization. API Platform uses Symfony Serializer for automatic serialization and deserialization of data, enabling work with various formats. Fourth, documentation generation. Documentation is generated automatically using Swagger or OpenAPI, providing a convenient interface for testing and interacting with the API directly from the browser. Fifth, filtering, pagination, and sorting. Built-in capabilities for filtering, pagination, and sorting simplify working with large data sets, offering flexibility in processing requests. 6. Security and authentication. API Platform integrates with Symfony's security mechanism, making it easy to add authentication and authorization, including support for JWT, OAuth, and other methods. 7th, GraphQL support. In addition to traditional REST APIs, API Platform allows creating APIs using GraphQL, giving clients the ability to request only the necessary data, which improve performance. 8th, extensibility. API Platform is easily extensible throughout the use of Symfony events, decoration, and custom data normalizers. You can add custom logic to adjust the API to your specific needs. And our first step will be installing of API Platform with following command. Now let's try the API Platform in action. We already have a user entity and we just need to add one line of code to it. Now we need to specify where the framework should look for Doctrine entities that will be used to generate REST API resources. That's it. We have created a full-fledged REST API. And let's go to the link. And we can see that CRUD methods have appeared. Essentially, we wrote just one line of code by adding an attribute, and we already have such powerful functionality. By adding just a single API resource attribute to our entity, API Platform automatically generated comprehensive Swagger documentation, which we have just opened in the browser. The Swagger-based interface provides a convenient visualization of all available API endpoints, their parameters, and possible responses. Great, let's move on. Well, now let's get back to the main topic of our video, access token. We will not delve on the theory, since I have already filmed a video on this topic. If you need information on the topic, what is JWT, how does it work, what does it consist of, then a link will appear for you in the upper right corner right now. API Platform makes it simple to integrate JWT-based authentication into your API with the help of the LexikJWT-AuthenticationBundle. So, first let's install this bundle. Now we need to generate the public and private keys used for signing JWT tokens. Let's copy that command from API Platform documentation. Here it. Let's copy this command. And I need to change it a little for my case. Actually, this command executes within a Docker container and performs the following tasks. It installs necessary packages, and then it generates a new key pair for JWT authentication, and also these commands sets appropriate file permissions on the config/JWT to this user, and the current user to read, write, and execute files within it. And as you can see, folder JWT was appeared here. And here you can see files with private and public keys. And to implement JWT authentication in a Symfony project, it is essential to begin by installing and configuring the security bundle. This bundle provides the necessary framework for managing user authentication and authorization within the application. Now we need to make some changes to the security bundle configuration. This firewall manages login requests to generate a JWT token. It uses JSON login, where users authenticate with their email and password via a specific login endpoint, this one, and the success handler and failure handler use the LexikJWT-Authentication-Bundle handlers to issue a JWT on success or return an error on a failure. And this firewall secures all other API endpoints, as you can see, and it operates in a stateless mode and uses JWT for authentication, allowing only requests with a valid JWT token to access these endpoints. The provider app user provider manages user retrieval for the API requests. And also we need to update access control list. The first rule is for public authentication endpoints, and the second rule restricts all other API access requiring user to be authenticated via a valid JWT token. And now we also need to define the route for login check in routes.yml file. Once you define this route, Symfony will be able to direct post requests made to login check to the appropriate handler, allowing your authentication logic to execute correctly. Also, we need to check the correctness of configuration of the LexikJWT-Authentication-Bundle. Here's a configuration file. So that is correct. Configuration should look like this. And now we can try our secured API. And now using Postman we can try how our authentication through JWT works. Now let's test the JWT authentication mechanism on the Swagger documentation generated by API Platform. We can send a request to the API directly from the Swagger. So we need to add some settings to API Platform configuration file. And also let's change access list in security configuration file to give user ability to open page with Swagger documentation without authentication, because right now it's restricted. I have implemented a user creation mechanism for the API. Therefore, let's test authentication on a post request for the user. First, let's send a request without a token. As you can see, we get error unauthorized. Now let's add JWT and check again. So, as you can see, user was created. All this functionality works now as we expected.
I hope you enjoy this video and see you next time.